Scott, it's 5 a.m. in the fucking morning. You put a teaser out now? You son of a bitch! Hello everybody, it's Ryan of DAGames, and yes, if you haven't seen, Scott has released an entirely new teaser, one that's completely unexpected, and one that my Twitter posts literally exploded like no tomorrow. Not to worry though, I don't sleep anyway. So this is a very new Scott teaser image, whilst also generating a lot of stuff that's very common to a Scott Games image. We have a device. We've got a device on a stand with two buttons and the words "get back on your stage now." So we're going to go in depth with this image. So what can we notice about this? Well, at the top, it has a sunlight, which will probably generate, like, obviously, spotlight. Now, this could either mean numerous amounts of things. It could act as a spotlight to find the animatronics, or it could lure the animatronics, or it could just indicate that they're all on the stage so you know exactly where they are. For the bottom button, though, there is a thunderbolt, which could insinuate power, and that can neither relate to giving power, or taking power, or blocking it off. Now, why would you want to take power? Now, if you remove the power, then essentially a function doesn't work. Well, for the animatronics, don't exactly work. After pushing the power button, they just stop their function and go back to the start. However, the old gang never needed power to simulate themselves. They just kept walking around with the spirits of children. We don't know if there are any spirits of the children inside these animatronics right now, considering we have known nothing about the spirits inside these kids. We know nothing about these characters, so it's really hard to insinuate. But a good reason for giving power. Now, you'd obviously think, give power? Well, why would you want to give power to an animatronic when it could just do more to you? Well, what if you overpowered it, tortured it, if you will? It goes back to that very experiment where they say, you have no idea what you've been through. This seems like a place where they've been experimented on for quite a bit, and obviously with it going out of control and getting taken by some weird factor, you push the power button, insinuate a ton of electric shocks, it shocks them, goes back to the stage, they're being whipped to shreds, and that could insinuate get back on your stage now. This could be the entire whole meaning of get back on your stage. It's basically a shock for them. They gotta put them back on the stage. Well, we know what the buttons do, but why do they exist? You know, obviously we've got a giant office with shit tons of power, a load of computer screens and all that, but ultimately, a mechanic has got to exist for an exact reason. Is it in the same office? Is it in another room? Or it could be anywhere, because in the regular trailer, we didn't see anything to do with a button. Never mind the fact that we didn't see left or right. We only saw front and back. Or if we're all going by the theory that the elevator scene was a completely different entity, then that's fine. Ultimately, we did not see this angle. So one has got to insinuate that it's going to be in another place, and it could mean that you have similar free roaming availabilities as in FNAF 4. Or, as somebody's already speculated, this could be a mini-game. If you think back to FNAF 4, the mini-game with Fun with Plushtrap was all in 3D. This could possibly be another thing, another mini-game factor. It's a new, different function that plays out. Now, as far as various observations, they're very thin wires. You know, pattern exists in the numerous amounts of Scott images. If you think about it, every single Scott teaser of Sister Location has had that continuation of wires. Now, obviously, these wires have got to be powered somewhere. Where the hell do they come from? I mean, one would insinuate it's a generator, but a lot of people have been speculating that it's NARD at the same time. You know, because NARD is like possibly this thing that controls everybody. It's like the main thing behind the glass and everything. However, we can't just think that NARD is a generator. You know, that thing has to be powered as well. So, whilst NARD is hooked into the system, I don't think this necessarily is connected and all functional for this particular animatronic. It's still a master thing, but if we're going by minigame formula, I'd speculate that NARD wasn't even in at this minigame factor. We've already talked a little bit about the mechanics, however, what are they for? Do they control the animatronics, or do they control you? And not you as a human entity, but as the office. If you think about it, this reminded me of One Night at Flumpty's. One Night at Flumpty's 2, where if an animatronic, or like Flumpty, for instance, came closer, you shut down the power and you were blinded. They couldn't see you inside there, so then they'd pass back to the regular beginning. Perhaps this follows the same formula where there's no way of stopping them, but you can stop them from seeing you by turning off all your power. You know, the bottom button is to surge the power, and the top button is to turn it back on again. Now, of course, with every Scott image, you have to expose. So we're gonna just brighten this up now, and we start to see a reveal of what looks to be a numerous amount of Balloras. Now, why would there be a numerous amount of Balloras? Well, let me tell you. Everybody started going on with this factory sort of thing. But another interesting theory that came up is a distribution center. Ballora is shown multiple times in this exact area. It's back on their particular stage they're being tested on. This could very well relate to the mini games that we're seeing. Maybe each mini game we're experimenting on each individual style of animatronic, and each one gets more difficult as it goes along, which portrays into the actual game. It's a bit of a ballsy move, but I'm pretty sure it could work. And of course, we see the spotlight, which is generated from the top left, as you see, and a circle ring. This is a strange part. There's a circle ring, which one would speculate those are spotlights or sensor bars. It's weird. If you look at a typical circus stage, you'd see this as like a ring. This is the ring place. It's a bit weird, but there's a lot that you can speculate in this. Ultimately, there's not enough that's been told by Scott to make any concrete evidence. But there is one thing that can be made as concrete evidence, which is this is going to be a function for something. I mean, that's all I can really say. Like, it's a function for either an animatronic, the office, or you. We're insinuating multiple factors that could go into the game while staying safe at the same time. The meaning of get back on your stage now. We've been looking at this, and obviously get back to your stage and now are in two different sentences. You can match them up in normal sentence. You can say, get back on your stage now. But every now and then, it could just be a term of expression. It's not uncommon for Scott images to have them as terms of expression. They don't always appear in it. If it was something to be heard in the game, though, who's saying it? Could it be the animatronic saying it? Could it be you who says it? Or it could be a speaker system throughout the factory. And there's two meanings in that as well. It could be a speaker system which generates certain things around. So it's like an announcer's speakers. It says, oh, hey, get back to work, mister. Or, here's another interesting theory. What if these are past memories from the animatronics? Now, tell me off here. There are speakers on these animatronics. And they're trying to show you what they've been through. What better way to do it than show past evidence that they've not only recorded, but they can now show to you. So as they get closer and things go on, you start hearing all these little background noises, like get back on your stage now. It's a past experiment which might result in their aggression towards you. Or they may as well be talking to you if we're going by the purple guy theory that we're playing as the purple guy, or Will Afton as we're going by. I think we've gone through a lot as to what the image means. Of course, if you have your own theories, put them in the comment section down below. Hopefully, we get to hear a lot more information about the new teasers that come along the way. There is no inspect element change, by the way. There's literally nothing. I know Scott likes to do these and hide little secrets, but this time, it's just as plain as day. It's a new mechanic that we've seen. This is what we're going to see. But there's multiple meanings behind it. We figured we might as well talk about the situation with you guys. And hopefully, we'll see a new trailer soon, because there is nothing that we could have gotten from that trailer. Okay, there are a few little sudden hints, but it's something that only a second trailer could really handle. And possibly with a second trailer, we could see a Steam release, like an actual release date, or Scott will release something else. But of course, I hope you enjoyed this theory. I hope you were interested. Of course, if you like what you saw, click like and subscribe and share it with friends and family, or maybe your dog. I'm Orion of DAGames. We just did a fucking teaser at 10:05 in the morning. See you in the next one, guys. Peace out! Scott, screw you!